This is the famous Alaskan pipeline. 800 miles long, it crosses 3 mountain ranges and over 500 rivers and streams, bringing oil all the way from the northern slope down to Valdez, the southern port of Alaska.
The 40-year-old pipeline is one of the most protected oil carriers in the world. Zigzag construction allows it to withstand the most destructive earthquakes. Only 48 inches wide, this tube has delivered over 17 billion barrels of oil, bringing dramatic change to the local economy. Alaska's oil boom can be traced to one man, oil geologist Tom Marshall, who predicted the location most likely to produce the liquid gold, Prudhoe Bay on the northern slope of Alaska.
When I made that selection up there, someone went to the plat book where these selections are recorded at the Division of Lands, and they wrote in there Marshall's Folly on that selection. Someone asked me, well, did that hurt your feelings? And it didn't at all. I could understand why they would think this would be folly, you know. Like the governor says, doesn't he know it's frozen? We weren't used to dealing in those terms.
Following Marshall's plan, workers discovered the largest oil field in North America, far beyond the Arctic Circle. The energy crisis in the 1970s and rising oil prices justified the expense of building and operating it. And the people of Alaska are the beneficiaries. Every year, each resident gets a dividend check of over $1,000. The oil bonanza changed Alaska, bringing much-needed improvements along with problems.
Changing was dramatically. It was, I can remember the time when we used to have water barrels and a honey bucket. And without the tax basis of the North Slope Borough, we would have never had water and sewer if it wasn't for the tax revenue that came out from Prudhoe Bay. That made a tremendous improvement to our communities. It wasn't only, it brought in the schools, the fire department, the clinics. Mm-hmm. And I think when Prudhoe Bay started, it brought in a real alcohol problem to the community, because they had more access to the alcohol.
Some residents are now concerned that Alaska has become too dependent on oil. Production has gone down since the 1980s boom, and a drop in oil prices has led to a state revenue deficit.
We were awash in money, and it was easy and people didn't look ahead, and instead we put all our eggs into that one basket. And now that basket is pretty empty, and we don't have anything else to take over.
Alaska's oil production potential is far from exhausted, but drilling on in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge has sparked criticism for disrupting wildlife. Still, Tom Marshall believes his oil discovery is the key to Alaska's future. He encourages people to act on their instincts, like he did.
That no one's quite figured something out, and maybe you can figure it out and say, ha, here's the little oil field hiding here, or here's a big one, you know. You've got to be optimistic. If you're not, you won't look for it.
Natasha, Mozgovaya, Alexander Bergen, VOA News, Anchorage, Alaska.